can you hear the Elgato? Okay. The only way to fix some of the noise issues you get with the Elgato not working is to completely restart OBS. So I was like, oh bastard. Sometimes it happens when I just do the whole stream with the game on mute. I'm like, fuck it. But not today. Alright, so today let's crack on with some more of the story missions. We need to get the trophy for doing 20 missions on the back of the same horse, so that's useful. And then also it means that I don't need to think too hard about the 100%. So the 100% is probably going to be the fiddliest part of this, not because it's like bad or anything, but because it's got some very specific requirements. It's got things like winning poker in certain ways and winning all the mini games and doing a bunch of challenges and stuff, and it's just like, it's a lot to look at, you know what I mean? My mum has sent a photo to me. Oh, it's a photo of something in London. I don't know what that is. So yeah, I figured we could focus on that. Oh. But yeah, this was a very last minute stream and I apologise. Just, I had some time. I've been working my arse off on the next video. It was a stupid decision to do this one in, I had less than a month to do it. I've been reading a 1200 page book whilst writing a script that is now the length of 3 undergraduate dissertations. So, it's been long, but I recorded some of it this morning, so.
At my service. At everyone's service. At the service of science, of knowledge, of life.
Of life?
How are your wounds? Much better. But then
they would be, because I'm using West Dickens branded cock oil. I don't know.
I'm sure you do.
But yeah, my whole family are out today. To be fair, my brother's asleep, so he's out for the count.
But for you, sir.
But my mum is in London. My dad is playing snooker somewhere.
As long as you buy 100 ounces or more, that's a lot of immortality. Give it up, old man.
Immortality.
That's Mr. West Dickens to you, boy. Give it up, old man. Listen, Marston, I'm broke, but this stuff is good. It works.
Oh, I forgot to fix the fucking stream chatbot as well.
Come along, let's ride
That thing hasn't worked for a long time.
Ridgewood, and I'll explain why.
Princess, good afternoon. How you doing? Yeah, it's Red Dead today. It was a toss-up. At the moment we're playing Cult of the Lamb and Red Dead Redemption. But I have been really cleaning up. I've been really cleaning up my 100% lately. So I've got things like Returnal that I want to get kind of done with, and I've been... I'm finally free of the Black Ops 3 Easter eggs, except for one, which I need 4 people for, but I'm going to do it on Monday. With said 4 people. But I held off for a really long time. I was like, I'm not going to get anybody to help me with these. I'm going to do all the Easter eggs legit. I'm going to do them all properly. And then 3 attempts on Horizon Direct later, 3 hours each, dying at the final hurdle every single time. I was like, right. I will just get some help. So I got some help. And somebody has come along and they have carried me through the Easter eggs, which has just been so nice. My brother's come along for it as well. The guy was actually really sound. My brother and I were a little bit scared because we were like, what kind of person just does the Easter eggs for fun and carries strangers for fun? They gotta be crazy. But it's just like this super chill 18-year-old guy from somewhere in England. And I was like, oh my god, thank god. I'm not going to get harassed. It's beautiful. Oh, you've done Horizon Track as well. It's so hard, isn't it? The first time we died, I don't think we'd finished making the bows when we died. But the second time we died whilst running to the pyramid to start the boss fight, right at the end of the Easter egg. Birch!
Majestic.
Thank you for the resub, Birch.
Saturday stream.
Saturday stream. 41 months. How you doing, man? Yeah, I could not finish the Horizon track either, but I got some help. I'm so happy about it. Like, that 100% seemed impossible to me. Hello, Flame. They do it and they have fun doing it for others. Hello, Adam. Yes, they do. Vampire. Good afternoon. How are you? Oh, good morning, actually. Yeah, he was actually really chill. I was like, it's gonna be somebody who's like really mean. And to be fair, the guy who was helping me with it was like, you're probably a little bit lucky that you've gotten me, because some of the other guys who do this get very angry when people die or like make mistakes doing it. And he was like, but I'm like, whatever, I don't mind. And I was like, well, thank God, because I am not very good at zombies. My incredible memory came in very useful during a Gorod Crovey mistake that happened. But I think I'll make a video on it when I'm done, because it's just taken me so long to get this 100%. I think I'll try and do the accolades and get Personal Decorator on stream, and then I'll clean up and do all like the zombie bullshit on stream as well. Just like all the little miscellaneous things that you don't need to actually finish the Easter egg for. Oh, I'm so excited to have Black Ops basically done. How you doing? I'm pretty good, thanks, Butch. Nobody was up, and everybody that was up was out, so I was like, oh, I'll stream for a couple hours. I was recording some of my next video today, and that thing has hit like 60 pages on Google Docs, so I'm gonna record like a section of it at a time. Otherwise, I think I'll lose my voice. I lose my voice very easily when I'm recording stuff. Went into a random match and they did 90% of the Easter eggs for me without knowing. All the achievements just kept popping. Oh, you shagger. Yeah, that's the best thing. That's how I got the Shadows of Evil one done. I just joined a game, somebody was just doing the Easter egg. That was really cool. But with the others, I wasn't so lucky. Oh yeah, Vampire, it's... And the thing is, when these people can like carry it and they don't actually need you to be alive for it, it's weird for them to get annoyed. But luckily, I got the good one. A good old rant. Oh yeah. I've been co-writing it with a guy from the States called Adam. And Adam's just been like seeing what I've been doing, and then he's been like, really? Oh my god. Because this was like 40 years ago, Stephen King. I'm gonna make it very clear in the video, like, it's 40 years old, he's not the same person anymore, but I'm still gonna critique it kind of on face value as a bit of fun. So I'm using all these quotes where he's been describing like 11-year-old girls and stuff, and Adam's been like, what the fuck is this? Do you ever get to see the dragon fully, or is it just on the plaques for the whole thing? You don't get to see the dragon fully in Horizon Drac, you do get to see it in Gorod Crovey. Oh, he was making my piss boil, yeah. The most, yeah. Well, yeah. I love Red Dead Redemption. I also love GTA. I always wanted to make a video about how much I love GTA, but when you love a game, it's harder to articulate it because you're just like, it's just good, you know, I just like it. Whereas when you dislike a game, you'll be like, I dislike it because of the way that they've handled this specific thing, and I think that this mechanic could do with some polishing, and I think that this and this and this. So the GTA video has just never materialised. Red Dead Redemption 2 is my favourite game. I think I really want to do that. I'm going to make it my resolution to do it this year. Chuffed! Yeah, I find it weird when people break, like, controllers. PlayStation controllers are like 70 quid now, Brandy. Is this the game where you can blow up racists? Can you blow up racists in this one? I know that you can in 2. The thing is, this is like, you're playing as a white man in the West, so it's like, people aren't racist to you. There is a racist guy at the end, yeah. So it's like, you don't really see the racism because it doesn't apply to John. Obviously it would exist. If you played like a black character, you'd probably have a much harder time of it. But yeah, I'm trying to remember. You see many racists in this? But yeah, you do see a racist guy at the end. He's a scientist who is like studying the craziness of the Native Americans, and he does so. Shoot the skull on the porch of the house. Gotcha. Sorry, I have to focus now.
Granted by imbibing Dr. West.
Dr. West Dickens. You can't just say that. Oh my god, the stick drift I have on my my older controller. I used to have a white one of these. It was appalling. Absolutely impossible to play with.
Sky above our heads.
Crash Bandicoot 1 gave my controller immense stick drift. Yeah. Now, this is where we learn how to do Deadeye. Shoot the hat from the sky after it is thrown. Yeah, but I can't remember how to use Deadeye. R3, okay. There we go. Alright, cool.
Such an eye. Behold the power of the elixir.
Oh, yeah, how do you fix... Oh, yeah, you can detach the controller things from the Nintendo Switch. I was going to be like, do you have to buy a new Switch? Oh my god. But no. I sold my Nintendo Switch to one of my mods back during the pandemic. I was like, look, this is just a coaster at this point. I got Pokemon Sword and Shield, and I like to get... Excuse me, pal. Sorry, I have to hit a man. Yeah. Kiss him. No. Zesty hips. Oh my god. John Marston, look, he's a little zesty. Yeah, sorry, I was talking about it. But yeah, I like to get the full living dex when I play Pokemon because Nintendo games don't have built-in achievements, so I'm like, I have to make my own. So I get the full living dex, but Sword and Shield I think took like 3 days. Yeah. So there are some really, 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 really annoying challenges that we have to do with Deadeye. Or I think we have to kill a certain amount of enemies with Deadeye without reloading. And the best way to do that is in Pike's Basin, approaching from the bottom. Which is great, because there's a set way to do it. But even with the set way to do it, I think it took me something like 15 tries. I'm categorically not chuffed about it. Oh, so your friend has stolen your Switch. Alright. Do you need us to go round?
If you'll excuse me, I'd like to say my goodbyes. Head on back to the real world. Wait, sir. I've been thinking about your predicament, and I think I may have an idea. I've been thinking.
Yeah. I could be your cunnilingus.
Beware of the Greeks burying gifts, sir. Williamson had better beware. We will make them into Trojans. I don't rightly get you.
John Marston's like, I can't read.
You can come across as a little curious, but I'm sure you two will get on.
Oh, this is where we find Seth, the guy who, like, shags dead bodies.
Between him and me, we can get those gates to open for you, and you can walk right.
The horse didn't die last stream. I died, but I hadn't hitched the horse, so I didn't own the horse. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you, Adam. So in a way, we've actually made it much easier for us. Let's do a horse breaking job. I think we have to do them for the 100%, but I just love them. I don't mind telling. Good luck, son. Right, time to get Betsy lassoed. Don't accidentally shoot Betsy. Yeah. Yeah. I love how simple Rockstar make it look to, like, break a horse. Because this, to me, as a child, I mean, I can't remember when I started playing this. I was definitely older than 10. But, I definitely assumed that you would find a wild horse, you would climb on the back of the wild horse, you would hold onto its hair for a bit and show it's who's boss, and then, the horse would just be your horse now. And that was it. And now I'm thinking it's probably a matter of many, many, many years. And also it's probably much easier if, like, you have a horse that has a foal. Just like a crazy legal situation going on. I think you should add to that pile by litigating. You know what, I probably shouldn't have done a horse breaking job in case it affects the 20 story missions trophy. Yeah, I feel like it's a process of many years, isn't it? I'm terrified of horses. I used to ride horses, like, I would go every weekend, because you could pay for your lessons by doing work around the farm. You could, like, clean up poop and stuff, and you get to do the horse lesson and things. But oh, $6. I'm rich. Yeah, I was absolutely terrified of them. I do not understand how people can just walk behind horses, even if they know the horse. I'm like, that is disgusting. Okay, so we've got Seth here and we've got Bonnie here. I want to do these Strangers and Freaks missions, but I'm conscious of this horse dying. You know what? Whatever. Needed to replace my Joy-Con stick. It was for free because it was such an issue that Nintendo had to let you. Nice. I gave that Switch to my partner because the only means of gaming they had was a MacBook that would blow itself up. Oh yeah, MacBooks are just not built for games of any kind, are they? This is how they got to play Skyrim for the first time. Oh, I love that. Skyrim is first of all, I can't believe they managed to put Skyrim on the Switch, but secondly, it's a good game to start with. I think being like wide as an ocean and shallow as a puddle really works in Skyrim's favour. Like, it's not a game with a lot of depth, but it feels like it has a lot of depth. And it's obviously like this very charming. Me and my brother still put the how do I? Okay, so I want to break. Me and my brother still put the OST on. I sleep to the OST as well. Desert Sage. Oh, I had a minor horse girl era. Like, I didn't draw them or anything, and I didn't want one, but it was great fun. The Animal Crossing version of the Switch was beautiful. One of my friends got me the Animal Crossing controller, but because I sold my Switch, I ended up giving the controller to another friend and just being like, this was a gift, please accept it. Moose are like massive, aren't they? Meese?
Have I seen you before?
Oh look, she's looking well.
Yes, I think so. On the train from Blackwater, perhaps.
Yeah.
I love that we got the train down.
With the preacher.
Yes, sir, I was.
Like Marston's come up for a wild weekend.
I don't know if it's so safe out here, miss.
Oh,
Jenny. Jenny from the block.
call me Jenny.
Yeah, she comes out here to like find penance or
I'm
something.
safe because I have.
Oh, the switcher! How is it different than on console?
That's the whole point.
You're trying to move a mountain?
Marston.
No, I can't do anything. But with faith, I can achieve great things.
I swear she dies here. What happens to her?
You want me to take you back into town, ma'am?
Oh, that is really nice, Vampire. My favourite Elder Scrolls game is Oblivion because it's the best one.
I see things purely.
But there's so much charm to Skyrim. I got a VR headset. One of my YouTube viewers was like, "Hey, I saw you mentioning this, and I have like an old one. Would you like it?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, please, yes, thank you so much." But the thing is, then I lost my job, so I moved back in with my folks, and that headset has now gone into storage. And I'm absolutely desperate to play The Witcher. Skyrim VR. But wait, do I have medicine? Yeah, but I
Miss Jenny.
can't. I don't have access to it, and I don't have any space to set it up.
Miss Jenny.
Combat was much harder. Wow, did not expect that. Basically need console commands, can't imagine. Yeah, I 100%ed it on Xbox as well. It was very broken. I remember there was a bug where if you played more than 300 hours of it, a quest important chest would not spawn. And you were just completely, your save file was just bonked. There was nothing you could do about it. You definitely need like the unofficial patches and stuff, but at the same time, is that not just part of the charm? Is that not just why we love it? Did you replay for your channel, Adam, or was it just for fun?
Will you come with me?
I've definitely ruined Skyrim for myself by breaking the seal of the alchemy exploit. Like, it's not a mod, it's not a glitch. It's just an exploit of the game's already quite broken mechanics. But yeah, so there's Jenny's faith. there's a trophy for getting to like level 70. Well, the trophy is for killing an Elder Dragon, right? Which they only begin to spawn at, I think, level 78 or something like that. I can't remember. Maybe level 68. But you run out of things to do around level 50, and after that it's just like cleaning up bitty little quests and like some Radiant quests and stuff. So unless you're really invested in the gameplay, you're not reasonably ever gonna hit level 78. So somebody that was watching my stream was like, why don't you try this? And they like sent me the video and I was like, oh, okay. So then I cracked that out, I did it. You one-shot everything after that because you just get to like level 400, everything's like maxed out. You can make equipment that does like 10,000 damage. And it was beautiful and I loved it so much. And then when I thought about doing it on VR, I was like, how long is it going to be? Hey, look, nice, how you doing? How long is it going to be until I break this seal again? It gets easier every time, you know? Yeah, let's do the Strangers and Freaks missions. I'm like, oh, I don't want to do the Strangers and Freaks missions because, my horse might die, and it's like, well, you know what? You killed one already. If you lose another, that's on you. Adam! Okay, we got 2 Adams in chat now, so I don't want to call you Misophorism. Okay, I'll just call you Adam, and you guys can guess which Adam I'm talking to. My favourite thing is to walk into Bleak Falls Barrow, get everything, then walk over to Farengar to flex in his little face. Oh yeah, because you can go... Can you go early, or does he have to give you the claw? Or can you steal the claw? For a walkthrough, deciding to replay older games. I'm shocked Oblivion was released in the year it was made. It has so much heart. Oh, yes. I'm so glad you feel that way, because it does. And everybody's like, oh, the characters look like the skin of an onion. And I'm like, what the fuck does that have to do with that game's monumental quality? Editor Adam. Writer Adam. Writer? I barely know her. Lad. Alright, let's go to do the American Appetites quest. I really like this quest because it's creepy and it gives you, like, absolutely nothing at all. Because you're basically going up into the hills to investigate these missing people. And obviously you find out why they're missing. Probably, I think this is it. I think this is the 3rd. He's been missing for 3 days. Yeah, you got to find out why they're missing. You find out why they're missing, but it's like, you just kind of scratching the surface of like the end of like a brutal reign of serial killing. I barely know her. Oh my god, Cliptic! Long time no speak. How you doing? I'm playing PS3 games at the moment. What are you playing at the moment? Look nice. I have, most of my stuff is in storage at the moment. I only have my copy of Silent Hill 2, and we were supposed to be doing that on stream, but this is my parents' office. I can put the PS5 in here because I can stand it up on its side, but I can't put the PS3 here. There's no room. So we were supposed to be doing Silent Hill 2 on stream and doing that fateful 10-star run, and I can't. I lost it. I lost my chance. Should have done it in November. Yeah, and like the conversation pie where you have to say things. You've been fishing. Are you going for the Final Fantasy 14 play at Ecliptic, or is it just for fun? I saw that one has like a disgusting PS4 plat because it's boring, and then a disgusting PS5 plat because it's like you have to do everything. But it does look pretty good. Maze! Hello, how are you? Red Dead is great, thank you, Cliptic. I have already got the 100% on the PS3 version, and I really, really, really missed it, and Birch was kind enough to send over a copy so that we could all do it on stream. So yeah, we're just kind of taking our time. We're in the early stages of the story. I'm trying to not let any of my horses die so that I can get the trophy for not letting a horse die for 20 missions, and my first horse has already died. But, you know, that's just how these things go, I suppose. Oh, I love Silent Hill Homecoming. That game gets so much flack, and I'm like, you guys are just haters. That game is the tits. And I'm great, thank you, Maze. We are... No, there's a cougar! No, there's a lasso! Oh. Oh! Ah. Oh, I hope none of my horses die. Let's skin this bastard. Yeah, you just leave, horse. Please don't get eaten by a cougar. Cougar's one true yours. Just to put my panic into context here. But the PS4 player is actually really easy and would be attained in the 30-day trial if it wasn't for a time-gated trophy that takes 6 months. What is that, like doing dailies or something for 6 months? It's the DLC trophies that'll kill you. They always put the real bastard trophies into the DLC. I do wish that they'd put the bastard trophies into the platinum sometime, because I'm like, it feels less gratifying to do the 100%. I'm like, oh, I got the platinum. Cool. Now, time to do every Black Ops 3 Easter egg. Great. Switching between Remember Me and Lego Jurassic World. Lego Jurassic World sounds really good. I heard a lot of people making jokes about Remember Me, but that's it. You have to do 1,000 of them. Oh, disgusting.
Why won't you people just leave me alone?
Alright, I have to go and lasso this injured man. Yeah! Prepare to be hogtied. So we're gonna, don't worry, we're gonna put him down next to the dude. And then
Don't take me back to that man.
we are going to kill the cannibal, because he just wants something to eat. Remember Me is bad? Is it really?
Please.
Homecoming is the one where you play as the prisoner, right? No, that is Downpour. That's the one where you play as the guy who looks a little bit like the guy from 4. Homecoming is the one where you play as Alex Shepard. And everybody hates it because it was the first time it got passed over to an American developer. And in their defense, they do kind of completely Americanize it. There's like a wisecracking black co-star. There's like a shoehorned love interest. The main character is good with guns, and you get a gun basically right out the gate. So it's a very it's very loud Silent Hill game, but I think it's brilliant. I love the imagery. I love the bosses. Anytime. Let me cut you free. Don't worry, I just did it so that I could finish the Wait, where's his body gone? Well, whatever. Yeah, I know what you mean. I didn't like Downpour very much. I've recently bought it for the PS3. Yes, I recently bought it for the PS3. It was very expensive for what it is. I think it was like 50 quid. And that went into storage as well, so I was like, damn it. Bought myself a game. Can't play it. Well, I'm not getting involved with that because my horse will be killed. And I know that my horse will be killed because I know how bad I am at this game. You recently cleaned up Downpour 2. Nice. How did you like that game, Cliptic? Like, did you... I remember I had it on Xbox when I was a kid and my cousin came around and Ollie was like the guinea pig for the horror games. Like, I can't play horror games at all. I get really scared, can't move. So when my cousin Ollie came around, I was like, hey, do you want to play this really scary game I found? And he was like, yeah. And we started playing it, and we were bored. Like, as like, I don't know how old I was. I can't remember. But despite the fact that we were definitely like young enough to be creeped out by it, we were bored. I think we got past the weird face guy on the rails. We walked through the town for a while, and there were like the dudes with the faces running around, and just was not a scary game. It wasn't. I don't think I'd even call it slow burn. It was a huge disappointment, especially since I loved 2 so much. Yeah, I found it so boring. As a kid, you'd assume that... Sorry, madam, how may I help? As a kid, you would assume that like it would scare the shit out of you, but it was nothing. Weirdly, as well, I'm a huge baby with horror games. Some of you will have seen it. Can't emphasize it enough. Can't move. I get like fight or flight. I freeze. Nothing at all. I'll just sit here and I can't move. Silent Hill 4, I ran through absolutely unafraid. No idea why. I remember it's the only time in my life where I've been confused as to why the person next to me was... Oh, it is so sad, isn't it, Adam? It's confused as to why the person next to me wasn't scared. Didn't even take the time to clean up the plat. Of course, back then plats were worth 0 points, so I didn't care. Yeah, plats are just like social currency in a very, very, very niche community, and that's it. And hey, Casual, how you doing? I can't bear it.
So you want me
To go find your Peter.
so you can have a perfect day.
Yes, please.
Her mouth is not working as intended. Probably why she's still not married. Hey! Reminds me of the Dimension Woman in ME3. What, Mass Effect 3? Alright, sorry, let's carry on. The plats have 0 point value. Oh, I did not know. That is a... Oh, this must be Seth's horse. This horse also looks like it's called Seth. Alright. Actually, I know a Seth in the server, and I don't mean to offend whatsoever. I mean, this Seth, you know what, I don't mean any offense, please, I'm sorry. I made the mistake to reinstall Monster Hunter World. Oh my god, that game. That game was a fucking marathon. I remember I got to a point with that where I'd done like a quarter of the trophies, and I'd kind of done the story and stuff. And then I was like, I'm so sick of having this on my list. I'd done like 30 hours of it, and I was like, right, I'm just gonna finish it. I'm gonna sit down and finish it. For like 2 months, I clocked in every day, did like a few good hours a day. I did 550 hours of that game in like 2 or 3 months. Got all the crowns, got to like level 200, whatever it was, and I was like, I never want to see this game again. But maybe I'll do Rise. You never know. My mind's going.
What happened?
What happened? My partner. He stole half my map. I never would have done that to him. Never. Look at me.
Gone fishing.
Who did this to you?
This guy has a great quest in Undead Nightmare. A part of me wanted to do Undead Nightmare first, but that would have just been chaos. It would have been disrespectful.
And what I would do to him now.
Oh, that's so sad, Adam.
Because he stole half my goddamn map.
I've not touched a Mass Effect game, and every single time I mention that, people are like,
The map that
play Mass Effect. And I'm like, I've got it, I own it, not even cracked the case open yet. It is, Maze, it is.
don't make me tell.
I love the 4 horses. Rise isn't the best, give it a miss if you're not sure. Okay, thank you. That's good advice. Were you excited for the new one? Does that look good? Play Mass Effect. Good idea.
The law got him for
The law got him for exhuming.
exhuming. They feel differently. Not Moses.
Not Moses.
Him, me are the same. The self-same.
Bizarre.
Come on, Seth. Let's go see Moses. Get you your map back.
This is like me trying to get my cat to come out from behind the sofa. I did as well. I used to just run between all the encampments and clear the zombie things. There was someone I was talking about a little while ago, and I got completely off track, as I always do, and I forgot what it was. You know what? Let's focus on the game. The expansion is great. Oh, that's a Sunbreak, right? Something like that. Alright, let's go, Seth.
How can you sink that low?
Digging up graves and looting from the dead. John, you put them in those graves. Guaranteed.
It's better to steal from the living. They're corpses. They don't
Oh yeah, my brother kept getting that glitch. I never had that glitch, but my brother had every glitch. He was listing them off to me and my dad the other day. He mentioned like 6 full game-breaking glitches that he had when he was trying to play that.
bastards in my time, Seth. For you,
Wilds, that's the one.
special.
folk is cold and heartless all their lives. To me, they get warmer when they're
Yeah, Seth is
that makes sense to even you.
I could never bring myself to like Seth, and I don't know why. Like, he's kind of minding his own business, and dead people don't really care if you are taking their stuff from their coffin, so it's like, it's kind of a victimless crime, but at the same time I'm like, you definitely diddle them. and as a result, I could never turn my back on you.
It's very dark.
What'd you say?
I didn't say nothing.
Oh yeah,
Heard you say something.
You're a crazy man.
the New York, the subway, right?
I need someone who can get a wagon inside Fort Mercer. I was
Get a
told you'd
wagon
help me,
inside
but I'm
Fort
not
Mercer.
Sure you even know what day it is.
I don't. I can't even tell you what.
Oh yeah, Seth. We literally hire Seth, I think,
You wanna go after
just to kind of go in like a monkey bomb and start dancing so that we can do something.
all them boys. Sometimes they call me
We
on
love a thrift. We've got a tiny cat statue and a fuzzy
reputation as a man.
Martian-looking figurine? Or Martin? Who's Martin?
That I can believe.
I reckon you can get in there, no bother.
Yeah.
Assuming you help me find this map, that is.
Seth has tried to bum a cigarette every single time he's seen you. I was chatting with him for a bit. Oh, I love a thrift store. There are always great places to go for games. I remember there was one near where I used to live in this little village in Wiltshire, and I'd always go in and like peek in and be like, got anything new on like the PS3 rack? Got any like real specimens hidden back there? And they'd always be like, no, but we do have 4 copies of Assassin's Creed for the Xbox 360. And I'd be like, yeah, well, I've already got 4 copies of Assassin's Creed for the Xbox 360, so I'm good. That game was so, like, not like oversold, because obviously it was really popular, people loved it, but so many copies have remained that, like, Kex won't even take them if you try to hand one in. They're like, no, good, we're good things.
Maybe it's time you moved on.
No way I can stop now. It's taking me over.
Oh, I didn't...
No difference between night and day.
Oh, I thought I'd run past it then. I'm being so fast and loose with these trains. If my horse gets hit by one of these trains, it's dead. It's like, why can't I just not kill it? But yeah, whatever.
There's a couple of deputies keeping guard outside. Can you distract him so I can see
Oh,
you
Moses.
quick parlay with that son of a bitch?
I'm sure I can think of something.
I'm pretty sure he spends a lot of time telling us how much he and Moses are like bound together by a soul tie so deep nobody else can understand. And then I think when they get reunited, they just beat the shit out of each other. Yeah. I think. Just walking.
Leave them away from the shack and out of sight. Somewhere out past that hill.
Why do I have to do that? Okay. Ah! Oh, I like this because it's like a cheeky introduction to how wanted levels work. There is one trophy for escaping the police on the back of the Hungarian half-breed. Yeah, I'm gonna try and keep them for a bit longer because I think we have to lead them away, but it's this gorgeous chestnut horse. I have to be very careful not to hitch it. Oh my god, yeah, disc games for the PC! I used to have this brilliant Scooby-Doo game. It took place in a big castle. Can't remember exactly what it was called now. Probably the Black Knight. I'm pretty sure I had the Black Knight in it, but... Oh, let's go hide out behind this really cool house. Oh. Okay, damn. Yeah, there's... That house, Tumbleweed, is really cool. There's like loads of little details about it. And the thing is, it's not intentional, the details. Basically, it's like there are more windows outside than there are inside or something like that. And people are like, ooh, creepy. And obviously it's because... I guess when you go in, you load a different map, essentially, like a little micro map. But it just kind of adds to this cool air of everything not being quite as it seems. Gears of War. That's a good find. Yeah, I used to love, they had like CD-ROM written down the side. Me and my dad would sometimes go to places like Curry's or PC World, which I now think are the same thing. And we'd like walk to the game section, and they'd always have like... I remember getting Pokemon Explorers of Time? Or maybe Pokemon Blue Explorer Team, something like that, from that. And then you just go and like browse all of the PC CD-ROM games, and it'd always be like 50 copies of Broken Sword and nothing else. Alright, I would like to get off this horse, thank you. That is not my horse. Yeah, I feel like they're always quite meticulous with their Easter eggs and their things. Like, GTA 5 is absolutely airtight as a game. Oh my god, I loved Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase. I had that on PS1. I loved how different the PlayStation consoles were, that sometimes you get an entirely different game depending on which version you played on. Like, I had Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets on PS1 when I was a kid. Played it for years. And then when I was an adult, I found the PS2 version, and I was like, yeah, let's have a look. Like, you know, I used to love this game. Let's see how... You know, let's see if it holds up, you know, memory lane kind of thing. And it was just, and I loaded it up and it was like a completely different game. I guess it had a completely different prologue or something. Hog tie. Oh, yeah. The thing is, sometimes I make jokes about the PS2 being old, and then there are some people who are like, yeah, but I had the SNES. And I'm like, well, you're well old. The Commodore. I don't remember the dinosaur section. I didn't get very far into it because I remember it was quite difficult. I remember like an Edo Japan section. Yeah. I really miss Rugrats Search for Reptar. I'm desperate for that to go to PlayStation Plus. Because they recently started uploading older PS3 games, didn't they? And PS2 and PS1. Like, the Toy Story games have made it onto... thingy. The Toy Story games have made it onto PS Plus recently, haven't they? And they've been given trophies and everything. Which I think is really cool. So yeah, I'm kind of hoping that eventually Rugrats Search for Reptar makes it on there. That would be great. Oh yeah, the old cheat codes. I remember you could make Spyro, like, flat. And you can make him red. It was cute. I like it when playing a game unlocks like alternate costumes. I remember Spyro A Hero's Tale, if you got all of the Flame Eggs or the Ember Eggs, you could play as Flame and Ember. And I remember Okami, you could unlock different costumes depending on what you'd done as well, which was pretty cool. Yeah, it sucks, doesn't it? PS1's kind of slowly crumbling. I got a PS1 for my birthday a few years ago. And I was absolutely over the moon. Got all my old PS1 games out and even got some new ones. And I think it lasted about a year and then just started... Because it was already like 20 years old, they got it me secondhand. It was like a really, really sweet present. But I hadn't accounted for the ravages of time, so... My Rugrats games didn't work, my Monsters Inc. games worked, I think. The old Spyro games don't work anymore, which is a shame. Kiwi! Hello, how are you doing? Repairing old consoles is now a goldmine. Yes, I mean, like, the thing is, if they're not going to support the games on, like, new consoles or, like, re-release them, then there's got to be a way to access them, and unfortunately it's like, yeah, gotta put a new fucking laser in my PlayStation. Thank you, Kiwi. I appreciate it. Which ones do you like? Because I'll just make more of those. Oh no, I paid... Oh, bastard. Well, at least I've got a pardon letter in the future if I need it. Tell me why story games have trophies, but the old Tekken games don't. The old Tekken games... I know this. The old Tekken games don't have trophies because I don't want to be tempted to play them for trophies because I would be shit at them. That's why. The new one is going to go crazy. Oh. I recorded the introduction to that today, Adam. So that's underway. So yeah, I can't add any more to the introduction, but I've gotten to page 725. Look at this. Absolutely, like, filled with notes. Oh, have you, Kiwi? I appreciate it. I had the idea for that Silent Hill one for a really long time, and while I was on runs and stuff, I would imagine how I would phrase things and I would imagine what I would talk about, but I didn't do anything with it. And then when I actually sat down to write the script, I'd thought about it for so long that I wrote the entire script in a day. It took me like 10 hours to write the script. But then obviously that was the first draft, and I'm pretty sure it was you, Adam, that looked through it. I might be wrong. I mean, kind of, I can't remember who it was, because I've worked with a couple of people over the years, but Yeah, then it went out. How British is the introduction of this video? Oh, like 5 British. That thing is thick. You get that a lot, Adam? But yeah, no, it's absolutely enormous book. I'm on page 725, and originally I was just going to leave it there, write the script, and then just record it as it is. But as I've been reading it, I've been like, oh, I need to talk about this. Oh, now I need to talk about this. Oh, now I need to talk about this. So yeah, I'm just gonna finish it, kind of get through it as fast as I can. Do you know anything about Rule of Rose? I do. I know that I have Rule of Rose on my oh yeah, I didn't want to spoil Silent Hill for you. Yeah, I had Rule of Rose on my. I'm subscribed to a service called Boomerang, and they send you a game. You put them on your wish list. They send you the game. Rule of Rose has been at the top of my wish list for probably the better part of like 3 years, and it has just never been available. I don't think they physically have the copy. So I've been meaning to emulate it, but I hate playing emulated games. It feels so wrong. It feels like it doesn't feel like I'm playing the game. Like I got Pokemon on an emulator, and I never get more than 10 minutes in. I find something so difficult to stick with about an emulated game. I love the way you present your work. Oh, thank you, Kiwi. And the 13 reasons why videos. Oh, I appreciate it. You love it when I shit on games. I've got a video coming up on Visage. I hope you don't like Visage. Yeah, Rule of Rose is extremely rare, and the thing is, the company that I order these games through, they don't have late fees. There's no set time on how long you can have the game for. So what I imagine is, somebody has obviously like ordered Rule of Rose, been given Rule of Rose, and have simply kept Rule of Rose. Because at $3 a month for Rule of Rose, thank you for the follow, Kiwi. At $3 a month for Rule of Rose, you are spending a lot of months with that game for free before you are actually paying for it. You know what I mean? Have you really, Adam? Every Pokemon game since Black? I cannot stick with emulators, and I don't know why. It's, yeah. I don't remember Gamefly, no. What was Gamefly? But yeah, I have meant to talk about Rule of Rose before. I wanted to do a video where I compared it to Silent Hill 3, and kind of like, maybe I could even do Fatal Frame at the same time and just talk about like women in survival horror, because obviously those games are all very, very, very tied to the experience of growing up as a woman. But the thought of that also fills me with like an incredible amount of like exhaustion, so maybe not. I don't know, but yeah, I would love to talk about it someday. Haunting Grounds is Haunting Grounds the other name for Fatal Frame or something? Or are they completely different? Fatal Frame? Oh, no, I haven't heard of Gamefly. I use Boomerang. Oh, I thought Haunting Grounds and Fatal Frame are the same. This is news. I love this. Oh, I've never heard of... Well, I mean, I have heard of Haunting Grounds, but I was like, oh, that's like Fatal Frame, is it? Yeah, Rule of Rose was this incredible, like, happenstance, because I remember it was banned in the UK off the back of a rumour. Like, whoever does the ratings in the UK heard somebody say, oh, it's got this scene in it. I don't even know which scene it was alleged to be. But they were like, oh, you won't be able to sell it in the UK then. And they banned it in the UK off the basis of a rumour about a scene that was not actually in the game. Which, when you think about it, is, like, incredibly poor. But yeah, I guess back then, anybody could just, like, rate games in terms of age ratings and bans and stuff. You just be like, oh yeah, I heard it's got this in it. People are like, whoa, we can't have that. Not on our British soil. Adam, I read that as knocking people up. Manhunt is a bit wild. I recently got that, and it doesn't actually work on the PS5. It's got something wrong with it. So I would have to crack out the old PS4 to play it, but Manhunt is a very weird game that looks like a lot of fun. Tangamushi. I've never heard of Tangamushi. They trashed it and killed the possibility of the game getting big. Oh yeah. Yes! That was it, because it was just... Yeah, they just lied, didn't they? Just this absolutely unfounded, like, pack of lies. Like, what did Rule of Rose do to you? Who's Tangamushi? I cannot believe that people were just allowed to, like, go off the shit somebody else had said. That is bizarre to me. Oh, I remember Jack. She's got that cool tattoo on her back, right, with the skull. We're gonna win a race, and I have to focus, so don't look at me. Siren. I was way too scared to play Siren. One of my friends had it and they were like, do you want to come around and play Siren? And I was like, no, I don't. Now, as an adult, I'm like, oh. Alright. Don't distract me, okay? So if you look at the bottom left, you'll see like that little blue stamina bar. That, like, flies down when you're riding a horse that isn't yours. So the way I kind of circumvent it is by probably tapping like once a second, and then when it starts to like trickle down a bit too much, just kind of like put it back up to like once every 3 seconds. Thankfully there's no rubber banding in this, but speaking of rubber banding, the Toys for Bob have not responded to my multiple hostage letters about porting Crash Team Racing to the PS5. I've offered them the life of my father. I have threatened them with drones. For legal reasons, that's a joke. I have sent all manner of body parts to the Toys for Bob office, but they just keep saying thanks and that it was delicious, so... My screams and my pleas for a PS5 port of Crash Team Racing have fallen on deaf ears. And when they've finally acquiesced to my demands, I'll be like, hey, while you're there, could you do a port of Dante's Inferno, please? That would be great. That 100% was super fun, and I would like to do it again. I recently found out that Cook Serve Delicious 2 has a PS5 port now that they didn't have before, and a part of me was like, oh, I guess I'll just upload my save and then just do it from that. But there, you can't upload your save. Chubbigans was like, it's too difficult, we couldn't do it. In the future, we'll just publish simultaneously to PS4 and PS5. And I was like, that kind of sucks, but now I have an excuse to play Max Wieners again. Fenya, hello, how are you doing? Alright, my horse is really struggling now, so I will lay off a bit. We are in first place. In Spyro 3 there were these race minigames, not like racial, like races and like racing, running fast. There was like this race minigame where you have to like race on a skateboard. And I remember if you got too far into first place, you would flip forward and suddenly be in last place. And it was stupid, it was a stupid bug. It was a stupid bug that hounded me, and they patched it, but it was after I got the 100%. Oh, I love Crash Team Racing. It's such a good game. Let me in, right? Oh my god, it's Marcus. Hello, certified racist. That's me. I've got my little ID card in my wallet. Hello, dragons. How are you doing? I didn't see you there. More dragons. What was your username before you changed it to More Dragons? Because I get the feeling that you were named something else before. Machine Gun. Hello. How are you? How's work? Bahookery. But Hookery is currently doing this really cool job where he gets to go and be a chef, but on a specific contract, and he makes breakfast for people. But for 1 weekend only, and I'm super jealous. It sounds really cool. How's the French toast? Rayman Racing? McSmooth! Good morning, McSmooth. How are you? Oh! Machine Gun, what did you do in Kitchens? It's been Dragons on Twitch since forever? Damn it, Dragons. I was like... I swear I remember you having a slightly different username, but more Dragons. Was it Dragons before and now you've made it more Dragons? We can all make toast, mate. I made a great breakfast the other day. Toast? Sausage, bacon, egg, toast. Squeeze, cut. That went to my dad. My brother, toast, bacon, toast. Toast, sausage, toast. Otherwise known as a sandwich, if that's a bit too much. Me and my mum, we had French toast. But in my perfect kitchen skills, I managed to time it all so that it was all on the table at the same time. And I was like, I am a god. Absolute god. Certified racist. Waiting tables and washing dishes through high school and uni. I mean, I loved working in kitchens. The very short amount of time I did. I used to work in a bakery, and I often joke that I would get off the train tracks! Right, I often joke that I would happily do that for a living. I actually applied for a cafe near me, and I was like, hi, I know that the last 10 years of my CV say web design and UX design and a bit of development. I don't really love it that much. Can I work in your cafe? And they didn't respond. Perfect kitchen skills. Yeah, you couldn't beat an egg. I'm not doing this. More dragons. Red Sage. To be fair, yeah, the beating ace is the one thing that you actually do. Oh! A coyote. Yeah, I named the one thing that you're good at. I can't believe we've managed to keep this this horse alive. I don't know how many story missions we've technically done, but I'm expecting that 20 story missions trophy to pop sooner rather than later, because I accidentally killed our Kentucky Saddler, so I technically never hitched it. Ah! That was I'm not getting involved. That guy was like, help me. I've got 2 cougars on me. I'm like, look, that sounds like the best night of your life. Get over there. But no, for real. I'm not gonna be risking myself for anybody over cougars. I love oatmeal. Do you really love oatmeal? I've never been able to get into it. I'm not part of the oatmeal fandom, but I made it on Cook So Delicious and it looked great. Yeah, you know what, I touch wood. After the first 4, damn, Adam. Toast is 0 out of 10. Porridge is the best. Goodness. What about French toast? Chia pudding. Is chia seeds give it a bit more texture, don't they? I touch wood, yeah, touch wood. French toast is 1 out of 10, but you love the French. Don't just change your allegiances to piss me off. Banning it, thank you. Think.
I'm thinking about how much of my time you're wasting. Sir.
Too sweet? I'm gonna make French toast for lunch. Actually, I can't. My mum says that there's food going off in the fridge, so I have to eat it. It's nice to feel part of like a system in this house. Oh, I remember once there was a place near where I used to live, and occasionally on the weekend I would order a breakfast from them because they did like this huge fried breakfast. And I remember one of the things they did was this bread, and it was like definitely some kind of fried, delicious bread. right?
Help they can get.
It was like greasy as fuck. It was great. And I remember thinking like I should ask them how to make this, and then I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that because if I know how to make this, I'm gonna grease myself into a coma and die. My veins will be pure, just French toast or whatever kind of wild toast this is. It was great. And then they went out of business, so I was like, yeah, saved by the bell.
Friends, hardworking souls of
Oatmeal is the love of my life. I wish I felt the same.
from rheumatism, lumbago, acute chronic sciatic,
Ah, fried bread. Oh,
inflammatory pain. Well,
French toast is not trash.
the genuine article, which
It's
cures
lovely.
headache, neuralgia, toothache, earache, backache,
Finya's got it. I can't believe of all the topics we've discussed today, it would be French toast that would divide this viewership.
time you take a business elsewhere.
I love bread.
I apologize if science is not your forte. Good day, one and all.
Oh yeah, this is because they recognize him, right? You know what? If I'd have paid attention, I'd know. Ow! That guy was just... Nothing more satisfying than a Red Dead headshot. Oh yeah. What exactly is a Monte Cristo sandwich again? You've told me like at least twice, but I wasn't listening either time. The skin. Oh. Do you want to go back for your hat, Dickens? I'm using the rifle on this because there's eventually a trophy for getting like 500 kills with the rifle, and I'm like, you know what, if we just kind of like balance our usage of each gun now, we should be okay. Ah. Wow, he took that like a champ. Oh, goodness me. Alright, let's wait for him to get a bit closer this time. Yeah, there we go. He's alright. Has anybody ever played this game on hardcore mode? Because I saw that that was an option when I was loading up, and I was like, is it hardcore or is it like hardcore? Is it like you take 3 shots and die, or is it like you take 1 shot and die? And also, can I get dysentery? Maze, you're so English, and I love that. Oh, that's a Monte Cristo sandwich. You should have said. I've forgotten the reload while in a car button, and I'm not going to press anything because I know that all I'm going to do is press the bail button. Uh-oh. Yeah, you're welcome. Sorry. I feel like I've pushed you too hard. Yesterday, me, Marcus, and Saint Dave, who is probably out shagging birds and not in our chat with all of us virgins, but we played a game called Cannibal Cuisine, which is like a spin-off of Overcooked, like an inspired by Overcooked kind of game, where you have to like kill tourists. Like these are all plasticine looking tourists. They drop like brain and like a single arm and like a slab of steak. And you have to like make like ribs with chili, or like a hand with a banana, called the banana grabber and stuff. And the guide was like, yeah, this is a 5-hour game. It's a 4 out of 10 difficulty. Some of those levels, we were stuck on them for over an hour. Absolutely rock solid game. And then we were like, that was great. Let's do the PS4 version as well. Yeah, it was I was playing that game until midnight. I think I remember going into the kitchen at midnight after finishing that game and like tiredly getting myself a glass of water, just exhausted by the trials that I had been through. It was great. It was so good. Oh wait, Killer Kiwi, sorry, you asked me what my all-time best game was, and I spent so much time thinking about it that I never replied. I think nostalgia-wise, as in the game that made me the person I am today, definitely just Spyro 3. In terms of like my best game ever, I feel like that changes every 3 minutes. Sometimes it's Dark Souls 2, sometimes it's Red Dead Redemption, sometimes it's GTA 5, sometimes it's Mirror's Edge. So I'm gonna say ultimately I'm not sure. But many games. And also best snack is when you like bake a tortilla wrap with like a bit of oil and a bit of salt and pepper and you make like nachos. That's the best snack. Doomsday! Hello! Dark Souls 2 is Dark Souls 2 is a masterclass, right? And Elden Ring is just Dark Souls 2, and everybody's like, oh, it's so revolutionary. A perfect game. I'm like, 10 years ago. 10 years ago you would have spat in the face of Elden Ring. Dark Souls 2 walked so that Elden Ring could run. Dark Souls 2 sucks? Yeah, well, you were an accident, alright? You were an accident. Let's think about that. Also, for those of you watching, I can say that because that is my brother. I'm allowed to tell him that. It's my duty to remind him. Oh, tortilla with cheese and ham. Like a, kind of like a little quesadilla, right? It is. It is. Marcus, yeah. Last time I checked, I was more planned than you. Well, they had my name ready picked before they'd even conceived me, I think. That being said, I showed up as a boy on the scan, so the name they picked for me was Lewis, and I did not keep it. Bloodborne is fine, sometimes. Yeah, so they were gonna call me Lewis, and then they were like, oh shit. Well, we've cooked this one, haven't we? And then they were like, oh, let's just call the next one Lewis. And also, I think it was going to be Lewis, not like the French Louis. Which I'm kind of glad of. Oh, Oaxaca cheese. I do hablo a bit of Espanol. You proud? I would happily be a Lewis, Lewis. I would hate to be a Lewis, Louis. Mainly because I went to school with a guy called Lewis, Louis, and every single time they did the register, they just called him Louis instead. Who the flip is Clark? Lewis's. What's the plural of it? What's a collection of Lewis's? Thank you, Kiwi. Thank you. A grimy bastard. Well, was that a Scottish Lewis? Because they're a different breed, aren't they? Louis. Lou. I'd love to be named the slang for toilet. Hey, my name's Bog. Yeah. Ah, why every single fucking mission spent with this man is just watching his head bob up and down over the back of his cart. Disgusting. What's the worst name ever? Louise. You can call me Shitter. You can call me Kludgy. Where's... Oh, awful. A rabbit. That's not a rabbit. Okay, whatever. Mr. Sod. I will, every day for the rest of your life. Knob Creek. My brother has a special fascination with places that are called stupid things. Like, there's a place in Scotland called Shag. There's a place that's like an hour drive from us called, like, Ticklecock Bridge. He loves it. Mr. Sod. Why Mr. Sod? But yeah, please feel free to put your least favourite names in chat. My horse died. My horse died. No, Adam, you don't understand. This is a trophy. My horse has to stay alive for 20 missions. And I didn't know I was being pursued by a cougar. Oh. I told you these... Right. Can I restart from checkpoint? Can I do anything here? Why is it under game? No. Can I just quit? Can I just... When was the last save? Let's have a look. Auto was 4 minutes ago. Alright, let's just do this. Surely this will be fine. Least favourite name, Mark. Funny. Thank you, Ryan. Hello, how you doing? How does the cougar take 3 bullets but you were blasting dudes to the Stone Age 10 minutes ago? They just resist. Oh, why am I over here? Oh! Hello, Ryan. Absolutely outraged right now. First of all... Fucking cougar spawn. Something to... Yeah, well, I mean, Booker is technically a Marcus. Thrifty! Good afternoon. Wait, was that inside? The thing, let no man put asunder. Oh yeah, because we have to ask about Pete. Pete. Isn't it like the piano player knows who it is?
Just so you know, I don't
Oh no.
request, mister. I'm looking for a man. Name's Peter.
In Argentina we have a state name. How is Argentina?
Around? Who?
Jump. Oh yeah, there's a place in Poland just called Hands.
You ain't after no Pete Turner, are
So,
you?
is it awful?
No.
Damn.
Where can I find him? Well, my memory
I heard that you have good skiing
properly stimulated.
and hot chocolates and things. And black sand? You have black sand? Heard that?
$5 will do.
How difficult is the Spanish to understand? And also,
What do you need done?
is it safe?
She packed her things this morning and left.
Only middle offense to marks, okay.
Some winch is still at the freight station.
Yeah, having a good day, thank you, Thrifty. Trying to keep this fucking horse alive.
Convince her to take me back.
Not safe, okay.
Her name's Rose.
Her name's Rose.
We'll have a talk with her. Now you'll need more than talk with that bitch.
Damn, wife kicked you out again, man. Its own lingo. Pay the musician $5 or convince his wife to come back to him. Look, I don't have time for your domestic bullshit, okay? Just tell me where she is.
Truth is, Pete Turner ain't been in Armadillo for near on 20 years now.
You had to relearn a lot of Spanish. Oh. Whereabouts in Mexico did you live? I went to Cancun for 13 days in January. And it was extremely hot.
What happens to all of us? I reckon you'll find him at odd fellows.
Yeah, where are the black sand beaches?
Yeah. That's where he'd be.
Milk. I'm lactose intolerant, but I will still drink it. Cancun! Oh my god! We were neighbours! I lived right in the middle of it for 13 days. In an Airbnb. It was actually very nice.
Yes, boy, you messed up properly this time, didn't you? You little paddy
Average Welsh.
thieving mechanic. You got it all wrong, Welsh. All wrong. It was
Chubbit.
I promise. He said he was going to rip you off.
You never been? Oh, okay. Yeah, I always wanted to see that.
Talking there,
I heard that was pretty cool.
In about 15 more seconds, your whole world's gonna turn black.
What's up, boys?
Fuck off, boy. This don't concern you.
Oh my god, this is Irish.
Man with the sing-song voice tells me to fuck off. It always concerns me, boy.
Ocean made of silver.
Look here.
Gorgeous.
Petty bastard stole our guns. Tried to steal our horses. Law's clear on the matter.
I never stole nothing, sir. Never did. Not in all my life. That French cunt is playing with the Welshman's tiny and ineffective mind.
Tiny and effective.
Anyway, you all got horses now. No one needs
Oh,
to die.
that's a shame.
Leave him be.
The cold ocean. But no, Argentina's cool. I like it when we get people in the chat from all over the place.
Get on my nerves, boyo.
And you're
I think you should blast this guy away from insulting the French. Silence. Do I kill them? Alright. Well, time to loot. Oh, wouldn't let me.
Mr. Nigel West Dickens said you'd help me locate.
Oh, how do you feel about the representation of your fellow person in this game, Ryan?
Untrustworthy, poor in personal hygiene, lacking in the finer qualities of a gentleman.
Oh yeah.
What about the gun?
This guy looks like he
It's a true
stinks.
pleasure. She's magnificent, government issue. It'll be a bit of a ride, but we'll get there soon enough.
How did you like Cancun? It was good. I think that I did it wrong, so I didn't have a ton of fun there. I think as a solo traveler, I should have gone for like a week at the most, because most of the stuff there, as I'm sure you've seen, is geared towards people in groups. You know, like the whole strip, all the hotels, all the things there. Like I went on tours to Chichen Itza. I went on tours to Tulum. I saw a ton of stuff around there. I really liked the food, obviously, but I mean, I'm English, so everywhere I go, I'm like, this food is amazing. This food is amazing. This food is amazing. I liked getting to practice my Spanish because necesito un bagel con queso crema, por favor. Yeah, no, I basically, I tried to speak Spanish, but I really enjoyed when I would run into Spanish people who didn't speak English. So I remember I was trying to talk to a store clerk and explain to her that I needed a charger for my phone. And it just became like this game of charades, and she was like, oh, Cal Galore. And I was like, si, Cal Galore. And she gave me a charger. It was very cheap. I really appreciated it. But no, I remember I went to a lavanderia, right? And I specifically just, I was very tired of trying to speak Spanish. So I specifically searched for a laundrette that had English speaking advertised. And this place advertised explicitly, we are English speaking 100%. And I got there and they did not speak a word of English. Not even hello, right? And I was like, well, I've come all this way. And I also was about to have an egregious case of food poisoning. So I walked in covered in sweat, trying not to be sick, right? I was really, really unwell. And so I got in there and I was like, right, I'm not going to another one. We're going to do this, right? We're going to do this. And I go over to the woman and she was like, asking me what I wanted, I guess. And I was like, I held up my bag and I went, and she went, oh, see. And I was like, thank you. Yes, one of those, please. And yeah, she did my clothes for me while I sat and like hugged the water cooler. Thankfully, I did not shit my pants, which was good because I had a 8-hour flight the day afterwards. So I remember I specifically reserved a seat right near the front of the plane in case I needed to like run to the toilet, but luckily my pants remained unshit for the duration of the 8 hours. I was very happy about it. And also, because I reserved a seat and there were like 12 people on the plane, I was just on a 3-row by myself, so I lay down and played Sudoku. Saint Dave! Here he is! I was telling everybody here about Cannibal Cuisine a little while ago. Oh no, I got food poisoning from a burrito. And the thing is, I was journaling my stay, and I started, I can't really remember like the specifics anymore but I started that journal entry with a line from JFK, but specifically from the introduction to the bit that he's like, the bit that he's in COD Zombies. But I started it with like, forgive your enemies, but remember their names. Pasta House Burrito. But yeah, it was a burrito, and I remember eating it, and I was like, should I be eating this cold? Because I got it out of the fridge in the morning. I was like, should I be eating this cold? Oh, it's fine. I eat stuff cold all the time. And I think it was like 4 hours before it hit me. Yeah, the thing is, I went to so many places while I was away. Why did my honor go up? obscene. Yeah, I went to so many places while I was away that didn't have drinkable tap water that I would just get bottled water everywhere I went because it's pretty cheap. But the thing is, you get so used to drinking bottled water that when I got back and I was drinking the tap water from my parents' house, I was like, you done something to these pipes? It's disgusting. Oh, congratulations on the Stumble Guys plat. You got parasites from a burrito. Oh my god, which ones? Maybe we can compare. Be like, got, need, got. Yes. Cougars only spawn in the mountains, thankfully. To my knowledge, so we should be okay. You got pinworms? What is a pinworm? Oh, I'm jealous. I just got a horrendous case of food poisoning, that was it. Damn. A rest stop burrito. You are so brave. I don't think we need any more food for you. I think we've got enough. Oh, amazing. Congratulations. Yeah, I remember I had that burrito for breakfast and I was like, right, my only thing today is do my laundry. So I go out, got my little bag of laundry, I walked. And just before the laundrette was a Starbucks and I was like, right, they'll speak English, I'm gonna go and get a coffee. So I went in and ordered my coffee and I remember it was like a huge glass-fronted cafe. And I remember standing in line, and as I was standing in line, like, sweat just started to, like, roll down the back of my neck. And I was like, oh, I feel very sick and uncomfortable. And I was thinking, like, gosh, this is awful. Like, why on earth have they made, like, a glass-fronted cafe in the middle of Mexico? This is an awful idea. It's so hot. I feel so sick. And then I just kind of like, looked around at everybody around me, and they all looked completely fine. And then I realised that I was stood underneath, like an aggressively air conditioner. And I was like, is it me? It was me. I was like, I was about to be very, very it was not good. I ran out of ghost pepper sauce and put water in the bottle and shook it up and put it in my ramen and I gastritis for a month. What is gastritis? I kept waking up. I was exhausted after our night of cannibal cuisine. I was really tired. I woke up this morning feeling like I'd been hit by a bus, but my body clock is like 7:30 in the morning now, and there's not much wiggle room there, so yeah, I got up and just got up. Oh yeah! Air conditioning is, well, I mean, that air conditioning made you sick, but the air conditioning, for me, demonstrated that I was not very well. Oh, we have weak immune systems. To be fair, look at me. I'm frail. Oh, Adam, bless you.
Hey, partner.
Get what you need? Ready to help me?
Not quite. Not quite.
Oh, Thrifty, yeah. Me, Dave, and Bahukari were playing a game called Cannibal Cuisine, where you have to, like, chop tourists up and make various barbecue meals. It was very good.
Moses was a liar. And I imagine myself doing all kinds of unpleasant things to his corpse.
Yeah, we got drinkable water and eatable burritos, although our burritos are not as good. That Pasta House burrito was delicious. And I remember it came with, like, red sauce and green sauce. So I was like, oh, the red sauce was, like, spicy salsa. It was, like, yummy. The green sauce, I was like, oh, this must be guacamole. So I dipped my whole burrito in it and ate it. It was jalapeno sauce. And it was the hottest thing I have ever eaten in my life. The red sauce, I was like, oh, spicy. It's quite a lot. It's very much. The green sauce was like giving birth. It was so painful. It hurt for hours. It hurt for the rest of the day. And then I got home and I saw some jalapeno sauce in the fridge, so I put some on my burrito and I was like, oh, I can't taste this at all. So yeah, I guess we get the nerfed stuff here, but that was absolutely horrid. Frail and old? You better not be saying that about me, Burge. Oh yeah, when I was in Laos, all of the public toilets did not have any toilet paper at all. They just had like they had like a little hose thing, and it's just a jet. You're like, oh, every time, just like big scream, horrible. And they do not clean that well. They do not clean that well. It's cold water. Well, luckily I had a cold, so I had a bunch of toilet roll with me for emergencies, but occasionally when I was caught without it, I would just be jetted. It was deeply unpleasant. I need my... I don't mind, like, a bidet. I'll give it a go. But it was like being shot. Baby! Any good food today? Oh yeah, we got leftover meatballs actually, so I will need... Oh actually, I thought he was going to cross in front of us, but no. The other day I made meatball subs, and my poor mum, bless her, she is like the whitest woman in the world. So she was like, I don't want meatball subs, they sound spicy. And I was like, Jane, it is meatballs and meatball sauce. It is meatballs and meatball sauce, and I'm gonna like put some cheese on top of it and grill that, you know. It's nothing at all, don't worry about it. She was like, I don't want meatballs, they sound too much, it's spicy, I'm not, yeah, so me and my dad and my brother are meatballs. And now I have an absolute ton of leftover meatballs. Thank you for the hug, Adam. Damn, I don't think you'd be hugging me after what I've been putting you through in terms of Stephen King quotes. Can we make it? We can make it, we can make it, we can make it. Let's go, let's go. Yeah, we did it. Oh, yeah, I power washed that. Speaking of power wash Simulator seems to be getting a new DLC with trophies. This is the happiest day of my life. I do mean Marinara. Yes, Marinara. I need to be so careful not to accidentally say the name of the trench, because I would, wouldn't I? Okay, there we go. Cool. I hate that I have to do the shooting and the driving. Fright! Hello, how are you? Whoopsie! I hit that rock a bit too hard. Those Stephen King quotes breathed new life into me. Look, I thought that old Bessie here would be able to handle a little bit more than that. Alright. Also, I don't know why we can't just tip this bad boy back up, but whatever. I love this game so much. Hey, Dave. Hey. Take it. Take that attitude outside. Oh, thank you very much for coming by, Kiwi. You have a great morning? Not sure. Evening? Mary. I'll be Mary. Alright, I'm gonna focus this time because I am gonna go flying off the handle here. I do wish he wouldn't talk to the dead bodies like that. Yeah. It's very satisfying when you shoot them and they go on fire. What's the trophy count? Oh, good idea. Let's check. We haven't done that many. We're still pretty early on. We're only about 3-4 hours into the game. So I've been prioritizing story missions with the horse that should not be dying, but is. Stop! Just die! Right, go. Yes, okay. Yeah, I think we've done the first story mission, we've done a few little trophies here and there, things like getting a horseshoe on the horseshoe thing, you know, stuff like that. We did a Strangers and Freaks mission, which counted as a trophy. So yeah, we've barely scratched the surface. And good morning, Lopi, how are you? Happy 8 AM. One of my mods, Scoby, doesn't like the way that Rockstar Games kind of do their exposition by having characters shouted at you in the back of a moving car. And I get it, because sometimes it is just way too relied on. It's like this huge crutch that they use to just strong-arm in some exposition without having to add any extra cutscenes. But another part of me is like, you know what? This is the only way they're going to get me to listen, so... Yes, every horse except my horse is the horse that should not be dying. Oh no, the horse that should be dead but isn't. Whereas my horse just dies. Well done, Dave. Congratulations. You've been trying really hard at that. It's out of control in GTA 4 in this game, but I also don't mind it. Yeah, and I also... What about the ones where also they just have characters call you and just announce things at you? But yeah, in terms of trophy count, we only have 3 bronze trophies. We are not.
Oh, hey, partner. I was just looking for you.
I really hope that we still technically have the same horse. I really hope that.
Well,
See you later,
Where
partner.
you going, partner?
nowhere.
Okay. Nowhere wouldn't happen to be where that thing you're looking for is kept, would it?
No, sir. No, sir.
Come on, partner.
Okay, I was just fooling.
I was just fooling, partner.
You know, the thought of that treasure does funny things to me. According to the map,
I like Steins, but
abandoned house.
I'm very concerned that the handle will break and it will just fall on me. Alright, off to Tumbleweed. I hope nothing happens on the walk there. In this area full of lots of natural cover. Oh no! Who could have seen this coming? What's the button to hide? Oh, it is that one.
Dubious as they look, I figure they must be with you.
I did all the work. Me.
Is that somebody? Oh, get that bird while I'm at it. Ah, oh no. Too far away. Doesn't count.
I had it with you, bastard.
Oh, enjoy breakfast, Lopi. You a French toast person? Oh, that is also a bird. Okay. Where is any... Okay. I really want French toast now. Okay, I'll get behind some more natural cover. Yeah. Can't wait to go around after this and just... Oh. Yeah, can't wait to go back after this and have to clean up all of the loot individually. Wow, you can't say that, John. I guess the West still is wild. Well, I guess we really have died hard. Yeah, take that. Adam.
I doubt you'll be needing this.
I had 3 with dinner for my mate Stag. That Stag looked like tons of fun. Was it literally just like tavern drinking, or what else did you say that you were doing? I haven't looked Red Eye. Are you about to tell me just a second too late that I could have done that challenge here or something?
I can't lose that treasure. Not now. You gotta help me.
Okay,
You gotta go now.
great.
Last chance.
It's locked.
It's locked. Let's try around back. Too late, Marcus.
Here we go. Come on, Seth.
Pandemonium.
Oh, wrong one. Meant to, There we go. That's what I meant to do. Alright, let's loot as we go.
Can I have this?
We have a lot to loot. I think we need a lot of money for something, and I can't remember what it is. But despite that, we will collect the money anyway, just in case.
Don't let him get my treasure, mister.
Don't let him get my treasure, mister. That is a dead end. Oh, I see him. Over there. Right, well, a bit of a... Remember there's one mission where you come in here and you're in a big room and they do something. I think one of them's got like dynamite or something like that, and you have to just basically get him straight away. Bavarian Brauhaus. What is that? You're welcome. Go-karting! I really want to do that. When me and my family were driving to a wedding the other day, and on the way there we drove past like a go-kart thing. I was like, I urgently wish to go-kart. Nothing would make me happier right now. See, these story missions are good because I think that they count towards the horse total, but without us having to sacrifice our horse. Is this a 2 PM breakfast, Finia? I went to this Christmas party, and it was like table buffet. You just kind of like pick and they did like this red sausage, and it was like with the skin, so it was like a crunch tight, but the inside was really soft and really juicy. It was red, and I think it was grilled. I don't know what it was, and it was delicious. And I want one of those again, but I don't know what they are.
Stop with the tears and help me with Williamson's gang.
Devastating news, Marcus.
Another excuse to go exhume one of your old friends.
Now I have FOMO. Bothwell. Is that a Scotland place?
Sure.
Bothell.
I'm ready for the living.
Come on, Seth.
Mr. West Dickens over at Fort-
Oh, we've turned him around. He's now a good man who doesn't diddle corpses, probably. And if he does, he can't prove it. Oh, we got the treasure hunter outfit as well. I wonder why. I don't know what we did to earn that, but yes, I think we got that. Okay. Nice. Yeah, are there any other things that show up in here that imply that it's haunted? Because I swear there are, but I don't remember. Alright, yes, I knew there'd be a chest. Yeehaw. Alright. Please say we can just leave out the front door. Please. Yes. Okay. Where to? So we got Ridgewood Farm. Oh yeah, we can just finish Let No Man Put Asunder. That's easy. Cool. My friend almost got married, and he didn't cancel it for any bad reason. Basically, he and his partner were like, we could get married, but it's very expensive, and you've said yes to my proposal, and I've proposed, so we both know that we would. But let's just not, because it's expensive and it's stupid. So they got engaged, and I was super excited, and then they cancelled it. They're still together. But he was looking at like wedding entertainment, and he was looking at this this big jazz band that did covers of like popular songs, yeah, and all sorts of like random hits and things like that, and they were pretty good. But he was like, oh, they were like $3,000 for like 2 hours, and also we had to pay for their travel and transport and everything. Absolutely like unfeasible levels of spend. And then he was like, but yeah, and then we would have had to just get a DJ after that anyway, because they would have stuck around for like, I think it was like 90 minutes. It was not much time at all. And he was like, I was desperate to have them play. And I was like, was that the reason you cancelled your wedding? Because you couldn't get the band that you wanted? And he was like, no. I think it was. But yeah, those like brass band people that do like covers of hits and whatnot are like super expensive. I think it's because they're really popular. I don't think we can buy that blue property there. I think we can only rent it overnight, which we don't need to do, so we won't. Yeah, let's... Once we finish No Man Put Asunder, let's kind of... Ooh, plant. We need to pick them up as we go, because I have not been doing that. And we need it for a trophy. He made a killing. What are we talking? Like, what did he play? Don't just say at weddings. Yeah, let's finish No Man Put Asunder and then see. Peter Turner. Betrothed. Oh yeah, weddings look pretty expensive. It's mad that it's like thousands. I was talking to my cousin about it and she was planning hers, and I just get the impression that like as soon as you add the word wedding to a situation, they like triple the price of everything. So it's like, as soon as you go to a place as a venue, but then you specify that it's a wedding venue, it just becomes like 1,000 times more expensive. Nothing's included. Yeah. Message effect. Wedding bands make absolute bank. They do. What is message effect? I've never seen that before in my life. Thank you for the bits though, I appreciate them. Stream Elements has no idea what to do with that either. Because Stream Elements normally reads out like messages that come with bits. Right now Stream Elements is like, I don't know what you want me to do with this. Just read it, girl. Go on, just read it. But no, she won't. I feel like Twitch is constantly adding lots of little like granular ways to do bits and things. Which is nice and cool. Confuses the hell out of me though. Oh, a classic train pianist. It's Bonnie time. Playing pop cover songs at weddings and bar mitzvahs. Bar mitzvahs! I don't know anybody who had a bar mitzvah. What a shame. One of life's experiences I'll never get to see. Andy! Hello! How is Derbyshire? I don't know. Somewhere near me. Mildly damp. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I do love that June has been nothing but rain. June has been like April right now. In May it was cold. I went out in my coat yesterday. My coat. My winter coat. With the fluffy hood. To be fair, I was roasting, but it was also shitting it down, so... It's hot as fuck here. Hey! Oh yeah, you've got like that big weather thing happening over there. Just another one of life's little surprises. I saw a map of America from the weather, and there was just a big red circle over like the East Coast. And I was like, I hope they're okay. My winter coat. Yeah, Virginia's like, look, I've had enough. Time to become inhospitable. Look how alive my horse is. She's never died once. And our 20 mission streak continues unabated. Right. Oh yeah, we need to talk to Bonnie. Oh, she's there. Okay. Virginia's having a girl day.
Excuse me, Mr. Marston. Have you seen my
Virginia's like, look, I'm craving some Weatherspoons loaded fries. I need to get everybody out of here.
hours ago?
I don't know.
Ranch hands have been out looking, but so far they found nothing.
Come on, let's go look for him.
Come on, let's see if we can find the old goat.
My horse. Plimbo. Named by somebody in chat. I can't remember specifically who.
I've got a bad feeling about this. It's not like him to be away for so long.
I like holding X to meet, because if you hold X when you're like moving with somebody, you'll keep their speed, which is pretty useful. Sometimes doesn't work at all, so you'll just go flying off in one direction. Plimbo. I think Plimbo is the name of one of the characters from Cult of the Lamb, but I can't be sure.
6 brothers, but 5 of them died, either from sickness or foolish choices.
And the other one?
He left
Oh,
the
yeah.
nest and never came back. Must be getting on.
Yeah, from what I understand, Red Dead 2 does women a lot better than Red Dead 1. Red Dead 1 is a bit... I love Red Dead 1. There's a lot of assault in Red Dead 1. And I remember somebody was like, oh, well, I mean, it's historically accurate. And I'm like, that's not really legit. You know, the thing is, like, I love Red Dead 1, I've played it multiple times. A lot of people don't seem to understand that you can like something and still critique it. It doesn't mean that you, like, automatically hate it, but there's always this, like, very blind insistence that if you like something, you are never, ever, 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 ever allowed to say anything bad about it, because that is, like, a personal insult. And it's just, like, this tie of, like, personal identity with the things you like, where some people will throw an absolute fit if you, say something bad about something that they like. But sometimes people seem to think that you can't enjoy something and also say something bad about it. So I remember when I was talking about Red Dead 1, I was like, look, I appreciate that it's like a gritty, edgy game about cowboys in the Wild West. It's got a lot of sexual assault in it, and I think that it's a bit much. In my opinion, it's a bit much. And they've proven that they don't need to do that, because in Red Dead 2, from what I understand, there isn't. And in GTA 5, where you would expect there to be loads, there isn't at all. People are like, oh yeah, but it's historically accurate. And I'm like, from what I understand, cowboys didn't necessarily operate the way that John Marston did. From what I understand, he himself isn't historically accurate. So this kind of like pick and choosiness of what is allowed to be in a game and what needs to be in a game because it is historically accurate can often be very contradictory. I completely agree, Adam. Yeah. And also, when they can omit it by choice, it also means that they didn't need it in the first place. What is a cowboy? Well, when a cow and a man love each other very much. Oh, I'm sorry, Andy. I didn't mean to insult it. But yeah, no. I do feel like stuff needs a. Ooh, and that is a no. I do feel like thicker skins are needed a lot in just like generally enjoying stuff, you know. Like, I love Oblivion. It's the best game ever made. When people tell me it's the worst game ever made, I laugh, because in a way, they are right. It is the worst game ever made, but it's also the best game ever made. But like, being able to laugh and joke about stuff that you love because it's got some stuff in it that's stupid or some stuff in it that's wrong, I think it's such a valuable skill to have, and it's rare how, Oblivion mentioned, it's rare how rare that skill is, you know what I mean? Maybe it's just a pet peeve of mine because of something, but it's like something that I have to deal with a lot in my YouTube comments. People get very, 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 very funny about me being like, I love this game, but this part of it is tragic. So maybe it's just something that's become like an amplified pet peeve of mine, I'm not sure, but I do think it's an important skill to have, just to be able to like laugh at the things you like. Slap off you go, Bessie. Welcome back, Loopy. I love Skyrim, but the story is complete piss. Uh-oh. Yeah, I agree. Like, Skyrim is a game with a lot of charm. I have got the platinum for it twice at the minimum, maybe 3 times now, I'm not sure. We also did it on the Xbox. I've put hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours into it. I could definitely name more things that don't work in Skyrim than more things that do work in Skyrim. But I still love it. Also, Andy, I've just seen that joke. I will be stealing that and using it for the title next stream. Yeah, I've seen more things that don't work in Skyrim than more things that do, but often it's just the experience that you enjoy regardless. Like, you love it for what it is, even if it's completely fucked. And being able to be like, oh yeah, this game is bunk. I love it so much. It's like, I have infinite respect for that.
White trash can be pretty frightening.
Well, they don't frighten me.
It is a big part of growing up. Yes, I absolutely agree. But yeah, no. I love Red Dead Redemption so much. The very few complaints I've had about it in regards to like very subjective opinions that I have on it do just tend to get hit slapped back with like the, well, I mean, it's historically accurate. I'm like, no, it's not really. Like, if they can not do it in GTA 5, they can not do it in this. I actually love the way that the women in GTA 5 are written, because they are very despicable women. Like say for example, Michael's like wife and daughter. They're very like despicable women. But they're written in a sense where you can understand their motivations even if you don't sympathize with their motivations. You know, there's empathy, but there's no sympathy with them. And I just think that, like, Michael is a complete loser stereotype, and so are his family in all different ways. I love them. Oh yeah, for sure. My favourite character is the lawyer that tries to run away from one of them. Hello, bot. How are you doing? 1 second, let me find my horse. The lawyer that tries to run away and gets sucked into the plane turbine. She's great. She's very funny. Franklin's aunt. She is brilliant. But yes, hello, bot. Hi, YouTube recommended your channel after I bought and finished the game The Medium. I'm glad I found your channel because you addressed my problems with the game perfectly. Binge watched your entire channel afterwards. Thank you very much. Welcome. I loved writing that video about The Medium. The Medium itself, I mean, I've talked about it in the video, but The Medium itself, I was like, this game has so much promise. Or you can just kind of tell that they had probably like a way bigger idea in mind. And then after about the halfway point, all of a sudden the maps start getting very small and very copy-paste, and you're like, okay, they will run out of money, they will run out of money, they run out of time, no time and money. And then after that, the story ends in a single cutscene off the back of a completely unrelated action scene, and it's like, yep, okay, this was it. They had to wrap it up, and they decided to do it, and they were like, oh yeah, let's just quickly end the story. What could go wrong? And just shit out probably one of the most horrendous endings of a game I've ever seen. But yeah, I'm really glad you liked that video. I had a lot of fun making it. I don't have especially high hopes for Silent Hill 2 to be made by them, but I probably just won't play it, I think. I've had a few people be like, will you play it? I'm like, I don't really want to buy that. I don't really want to spend the money, so no. The Lommel. Lommel. Love of my life. You did. You did. How's things going with the love of your life? I love Dragon Age, my favourite franchise ever, but also I can talk shit about the franchise for days because it's a far from perfect franchise. Yeah, it's like, I don't know, it's like having an ugly kid. You just gotta take it in good humour, I guess. The capable hands of the Bloober team, yeah. The nurturing, cultivating garden, the soil the Bloober team grow it in. I watched a nurse vault a table, and I was like, I don't know if I'm too blinded by my appreciation for the first one, but watching a nurse vault a table just felt a bit blasphemous. That is the most petty thing I've ever said. I appreciate that, but it just did. Pipe combos, yeah, like, I don't know. The thing is, the combat was tragic. Imagine having that combat in a remastered game. It would probably be awful, right? Yes, the base vault animation. I saw that Twitter thread, and I was like, I don't know if it is, but if it is, then that's hilarious. Yeah, I don't know if the combat would work at all. And the thing is, the combat, the idea was always that James isn't good at fighting. He's an everyman, so he's not going to be able to like fight competently. I still think if you translated that combat into a modern remake of the game, it would probably be more shit than it would be fun. Like, to the point where it would just like discourage you from playing because it would be so miserable. That being said, I do think there's still probably a middle ground you can have. Also, once, this reminded me because it really pissed me off, once I got a comment on my video about Resident Evil 4 saying that Leon Kennedy isn't supposed to be a good fighter because he's an everyman. And I was like, oh, okay. and I just left it. I didn't reply. Saw the Silent Hill 2 showcase. The gameplay looked horrendous. I also assumed that the Medium 2 they announced like 4 years ago will not be coming. I didn't realise they'd announced the Medium 2. I wonder if they just combined, because the Medium is obviously like heavily inspired by Silent Hill. I wonder if they literally just took the Medium 2 and just turned it into Silent Hill 2's remake. Yeah, you can make the aiming sway really bad, or like accuracy drop off be really high. I guess his maybe like a really clumsy block. The thing is, I hate blocking in games when it doesn't actually negate damage. In Resident Evil 7, it doesn't matter until you start playing it on Madhouse or until you start doing the DLCs, which are all quite difficult. Blocking in Resident Evil 7 doesn't stop you from taking damage, it makes you take less damage. And in one of the DLCs, it's like a melee only DLC called End of Zoe or something. And when you play that on the hardest difficulty, you will block attacks and you will still die. You will still take enough damage to die despite blocking attacks, which makes your run like a one-shot run regardless of like how well you're doing it and like whether you're blocking, and it really bugged me. So as long as we don't have blocking where you still take damage through it, I think I'll be alright. Yeah, I was like, I think you're conflating Leon Kennedy with literally James Sunderland, because Leon is quite specifically not an everyman. He's like an FBI special trained agent that has been tasked to save the president's daughter, and they're like, he's an everyman, he's not supposed to be good at combat. I'm like, you are parroting the wrong excuse from the wrong franchise. You've not even played this. Absolutely horrendous. I can't remember which mission this is. Smooth. I love, thank you, Adam. I love Resident Evil characters because, like we've talked about this before, in anime, your main characters are typically like between like 13 years old and 16 years old. You know, there's like Naruto, all that kind of thing. They're all very young. Like this idea. So that makes like the veterans, Kakashi, things like that, Sephiroth, they're all like 25. You're a veteran in anime years when you're like 25. But the thing I like about Resident Evil is that they kind of just took that trope but then applied it to like non-anime art style games. So Leon Kennedy is like top FBI agent by the time he's 28. And he's like the oldest one. And I can't remember how old Chris Redfield is by the time he's like several times best soldier, blah blah blah, like super good. Ethan Winters is a little bit more grounded in regards to that, but I love that all of their characters. It's like, hey, I'm Jake Mueller, Wesker's son. If he turned around at the end of his story and was like, oh yeah, I'm 17. I would be like, yep, sure you are. Age 23, that was it, yes. Oh, Andy, I didn't realise. Congratulations. When a single guy is sent in to save the president's daughter instead of a 10-man assault team, yeah, exactly. They send Leon Kennedy in with like a packed lunch and a fluffy leather jacket. And he does it. And they like, besides Hunnigan occasionally calling him, they never check on him. They're like, yeah, we'll just leave him to that. He's like a Roomba, you know, there's no point watching him, he'll just do it.
I never planned to be in the lawman business neither.
Yeah. Leon had like a Frosty's cereal bar in the back pocket of his jeans. And also he was like wearing jeans, so he had no mobility at all. Got home in time to attend his like nephew's birthday. Hey Delta, how are you doing? The remake should be really fun. I also, the thing is I love with Resident Evil getting all the trophies for them, because Resident, like, they can't quite resist giving you something that like breaks the game. So they'll do, you know, they'll do like the base game release, they'll do like a little bit of paid DLC, like some special guns or something, but eventually, and when I say eventually I mean like a month later, it'll be like, oh, here's the infinite rocket launcher that you can use at absolutely no penalty and get the like the triple S rank. Oh, here's this coin, and when you have it in your inventory you don't take any damage. And you know, they just start to like ladle in lots and lots of ways to make the game like significantly easier, which is nice, because I guess if you just don't want to do that, you don't have to do that. But I'm a big fan of their of the way that like you'll because all the dedicated Resident Evil fans got the plat as soon as the game came out. I was doing a trophy competition at the time the Resident Evil 4 remake came out, and value was apportioned based on how like rare the platinum was. So everybody who did the platinum the day it came out suddenly lost tons of value because the platinum became less and less rare. And then, you know, you're watching them really struggle with it, and they're doing like the professional runs on stream, and they're like absolutely losing their minds. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, they've released the infinite grenade launcher. Oh, the game is absolutely trivial now on every difficulty. Hilarious. It was available day one. Whoops, I didn't realise that. They love it. It's like with the remake for 3. Wait, do I cut him loose now? Well, I tried to deadeye both of them, but it wouldn't let me. Well, I mean, it probably would, but I didn't do it right. Excuse me. That was a completely unfair hitbox. If I was him, I'd be raging right now. Excuse me, madam. That is a shotgun. We were just here. I love that I cleared the, oh, don't mind if I do. I love that I cleared the gang out of here with Seth, and then these guys immediately moved in. Yeet. Can't wait for my horse to go running across the middle of this and just get completely peppered. Willy Wonka gold tickets! Well, why am I returning to Marshall Johnson? Has he already moved? Oh no. Oh dear. Let's get it quick. Barney. Yeah, the horse just running in to run interference. Immediately dying. I have definitely shot my horse more times in Red Dead than any other character has.
Let's see what you got.
Yeah, John Marston is just sowing misery. It's pretty rough what happens to her as well. Buddy. Okay, cool. Alright, I've finished looting Bonnie McFarlane. I can come over and give you a hug now if you like.
Bonnie, are you okay?
No.
I'm fine now, Mr. Marston. Thank you. Thank you. What the hell took you so long?
I love that he's like, you okay? She's like,
Exactly helping me.
never better, never
I
better.
think I'm gonna lower myself by making a joke about being all tied up. You got another thing?
Pathologic 2, probably one of my most recommended games ever. The thing is, a lot of people have seen the H-Bomber Guy video on Pathologic 2, so... And I think that the thing is that they've enjoyed that video so much that they're just like, I would like more of that. So they go to me, like, and probably many others, and like, oh, can you do another Pathologic 2 video? And I'm like, look, I don't think there's anything I could say about Pathologic 2 that that man hasn't already completely illustrated in perfect detail. I don't think there's anything to add to that, and I could be wrong. There could be some like strange social phenomenon to compare it to or something, but you know, largely, I got nothing. I think people tend to just gravitate towards something that they know that they've really enjoyed. So they're like, I would like, oh yeah, sorry, I mean Pathologic 1, but yeah, I think people just tend to be like, I really enjoyed that one thing, can you just do that thing again? And I'm like, I think you'd hate it. I think you'd hate it if I did that again, because I think I'd probably just say the same thing again, in my voice. Plimbo has defied the odds. I think if the 20 mission streak is still going, we could have it soon, but we're about to go through cougar territory, so I need to keep extremely aware of any angry cats or older women. Yeah, isn't Pathologic 2... No! Isn't Pathologic 2 just, oh, that was a bird. Isn't Pathologic 2 just Pathologic 1, but from a different point of view? Oh, it's a remake, okay. Is it a better remake or a worse remake? And is it good that they took out the campaigns? A requel. More accessible, and we do love accessibility.
Are we ready then?
Yes,
What?
Nearly, sir. Very nearly.
Look, we've seen this,
Just need some cash to get
so you know we don't need to do this again. All right, let's keep an eye out for this inevitable big cat. Alright, I can't look at chat. I have to really focus, because if that cat shows up and gets me again, I'm gonna be gutted. That is a deer. Didn't even kill it, just a passing hello. Okay, nothing up front. I've never concentrated so much in my life. I am excited for when we get to Undead Nightmare and we can actually use the horses that have infinite stamina though. That'll be great. That'll be lovely. I think we have to catch one of each horse as well, or maybe own every single horse. Okay, we're good. That is the same chicken sound effect as used in Town Square in Spyro 1. The content is really good. Oh, okay. So it's just like done the way they want to do it. Hello, Shrey. It's good to see you too. How have you been? Irish. Good afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon. My horse doesn't like the bullet. Okay, I have to focus now. Don't distract me. What we're going to do is we're going to slipstream behind them and use that to slingshot to the front, because life works the same way as Mario Kart, from what I understand. Okay. Use a blue shell. Do you think a banana peel has ever actually worked the way I've been told it would work? Just been busy with the family. The family, Shrey. I'm focusing. These guys are like right right up my ass, as you can see, no doubt. Good, thank you, Irish. We are doing the 100% for Red Dead Redemption. I got the 100% on the PS3 some years ago, and obviously they re-released the PS4 port without any of those heinous online trophies. So we are doing it now. We're pretty early on in the campaign, we haven't even gotten to Fort Mercer yet. Is it called Fort Mercer? Can't remember. So we're doing like the West Dickens trophies and stuff. Well, the West Dickens story. Mainly trying to keep Horsey here alive and work towards that sweet 100%. Which I think we've been making good progress on. The thing is, the 100% has a bunch of stuff like poker. And when there's like really fiddly requirements for a trophy, what I like to, because I don't really like to look at guides while I'm streaming. I think it's probably a bit boring to watch. So when there's like really fiddly trophies, I like to like make notes in advance and then just go and do them. And since I've already played this game, there's no spoilers to look out for, so I think I'll probably start looking into that as we go. Like, there's no urgency at the moment. I keep allowing him to defect me just to immediately indict him for treason. Ah, nice. Yeah, I remember we were doing the BioShock 100% once, and I didn't realise how many collectibles are in that game. And it was such a shame because I was like, oh, you know, I'll just use a little video guide while we're doing it. And they were like, there's a collectible every, I'd say like 90 seconds of gameplay sometimes. So sometimes obviously they're a little bit more spread out, but most of the time there's a collectible probably in every single room. Because it's only a short game, I think it's like 6 hours. And yeah, I was like, you know what, this is really, really, really boring. And I barely had a chance to look at chat. And I was like, you know what, I don't think this is going to work, so let's not do this in the future. Yes, it's Fort Mercer time. Predathus!
Finally catching a stream since you've been back.
Welcome, Predathus. Is it 1 AM for you? Are you in Australia? I swear you are, right? No, we're not riding a horse, we're going to talk to the man.
Hey, partner, I need your help.
You and every other fool around here.
No, they took
Marston.
They took my love. They stole Jim's heart and they took her away.
What are you talking
Oh, I don't know when Australia is.
Majestic!
They hide out in Tumbleweed.
Woo! Thank you for the resub, Irish. Welcome back.
Help me.
Many long years. I appreciate it. Born and raised. I loved Australia.
Help a fella out.
It wasn't actually as hot as I was warned it was. Like, when I was in Laos was like 45 degrees Celsius every day, and at night it would be like 33 degrees. So when I was in like Cairns and Sydney and Gold Coast and stuff, I was like, oh, this is like 35. In comparison, not too bad. 1 minute, let me see. Do I need to buy? Yeah, we need to buy the property here. But yeah, I really liked it. My favourite place was Cairns. When I was there, I had a kangaroo steak. It was absolutely delicious. There's this place there called the Cock and Bull Tavern. And it was like super cheap, and they did like the best mashed potatoes I ever had in my life. They were delicious. Let me just save here real quick. Yeah, amazing name. Oh, the mashed potatoes were so good. They were like, I guess they were just full of butter, but fuck it. It was great. I also loved Melbourne. I think in terms of best to worst, it was Cairns, Brisbane, Melbourne, Sydney, Gold Coast. I hated the Gold Coast, and quite unfortunately, because I had heard, because it sounded really nice, Gold Coast, it sounded lovely. And then I got there and I was like, this is the worst place in the world. And I was just kind of stuck there. Yeah, smooth. They should have built it, yeah. Sydney was alright. I think... Oh, Cairns was gorgeous. And the thing I liked about Cairns was when I was getting the taxi from the airport, the taxi driver was like... I was like, is there anything to be aware of in Cairns? And he was like, you absolutely need to be aware of the the crocodiles. And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah, so basically, we have like a very occasional crocodile attacks, but if a crocodile attacks you, it will kill you. Like, there's no close shaves with a crocodile. And I was like, okay, alright, make a note of this. And he was like, and recently, because obviously like the tides are a bit weird and the sea levels are rising and stuff, crocodiles are being like washed out to weirder and weirder places. And he was like, if you don't see a sign specifically saying that you can swim there, do not swim there, because you won't see it, it will just kill you. And I was like, I meant like good places to eat, but I absolutely hear you. So we want this guy's horse, I think. Sydney was, like, don't get me wrong, Sydney was completely nice. I think the thing about Sydney is that it's just, it's like, it's a surprisingly similar city to cities in England. It's just super hot and has, like, a specific kind of weird spider that, hey Jiggy, that nobody else has. So when I was in Sydney, I was like, this just kind of reminds me of London. So it's not that I didn't like it, it's just more that I was like, you know, I've kind of seen stuff like this before. I went to the Opera House. I just put the entire East Coast in the bin. Oh, a machine gun. Are you from Australia as well? Yeah, yeah, so Sydney was, like, don't get me wrong, Sydney was really good. Just in terms of, whereabouts? I really like Melbourne. I stayed in an Airbnb with a guy who had a dog called Toby, and Toby was really lovely, and he gave me lots of company and hung out with me. Melbourne was great. There's a place called like Williamstown, and I was like, if I ever came back, I'd really like to stay in Williamstown. That was super nice, and it had like lots of bars and stuff. Because the thing is, I was visiting everywhere I went on a budget, so I stayed in like the cheapest places I could find that weren't hostels. I was like, I don't think I want to do hostels. So I was staying in like Airbnbs, which was like pretty touch and go. Melbourne Airbnb was great. The Sydney Airbnb was brilliant. The Gold Coast Airbnb was awful, and the Airbnb owner was a shithead. He was like just like a super like picky dude, very detail oriented, and at the end he like fined me 16 quid because there was some makeup on the towels. And I was like, fair enough, but the reason you get like white towels is so that you can bleach them, you know? Where are we going, lady? Am I just taking us back? Where are we going? Okay, alright, well, you know what, in that case, I will do this. Yeah. Yeah, so he was like, yeah, he charged me like 16 quid to replace the towels, and I was like, I know 100% that makeup is washed right out, and you've just charged me like 16 quid for a new one, just because you kind of can. And he was like, she left the room messy, she didn't make the bed when she left, and I was like, surely you're gonna clean the bed. Like, because the thing is, I left like the, I like stripped the sheets off and like threw them on the floor so that he could just put the sheets in the wash, and he was like, she didn't make the bed, and I was like, you were definitely gonna, no, he probably wasn't gonna wash them. I don't know, I guess he was renting his place out because it was free money. He had 3 Airbnbs, and they were all like 400 quid a week, and every single room was full every night, so he was probably just making a lot of money off it. Brisbane, I stayed in a hotel because I was only there for 2 nights, and it was gorgeous, and I loved it, and it was right next to this Japanese restaurant that did like the best chicken ever. Yeah, average landlord, absolutely. And then, come on with me, come on. Cairns was great. The hotel I stayed in was awful, so I had to switch to a new hotel like straight away. The hotel I stayed in had such bad mold. Like, I'm not mold sensitive at all, and I was like really unwell with how bad it was. I was there for like 12 hours and I was like, right, I'm leaving. Awful.
Oh, I found her all right.
Come here, girl. Come to daddy.
Land Loser. Good one.
Beautiful. So strong yet such a
Yeah, this guy fucks his horse, but yeah, Australia was really good. The food was good. It was very expensive, but the thing is, it's very expensive here in England at the moment. So when I got into Sydney or Melbourne, and I went for a croissant, and they were like, yeah, that'd be like $8. I was like, just like home.
I was sick in the head.
I told you he was funny.
Melbourne, I love Melbourne. I went to the Melbourne Botanical Gardens. I went to a cafe next to the Botanical Gardens that did a mango smoothie that would have knocked your socks off. Oh yeah, this man has explored every inch of that horse, and I couldn't be more uncomfortable about it. She is just begging to play horseshoes. Alright. Fen, hello. Yes, life is extremely expensive at the moment. When I was in Laos, it was like £1 for dinner. I remember, because I met my friend there. Another Adam was there. And I remember he came, on my final night, he came by and we sat on the balcony of my hotel and like had some beers and stuff. And I was like, oh, they've got like a mini bar here? But there's no listed prices at all. So it must be free. So yeah, inside the minibar there were like 2 chocolate bars, like 4 beers, bunch of crisps, there was like ramen pots and stuff. And when he left that evening, I was like, why don't you just take all this stuff with you? Like, there you go, some free food, you can just eat it, help yourself. So we cleared out the entire minibar, we split it roughly down the middle, 50-50 each. And in the morning, when I went to check out, they were like, the cleaner says that you've taken everything out of the minibar, so we're going to have to charge you for that. And I was like, well, I mean, you should have had prices listed because you had prices listed for everything else, so that's kind of shitty of you, but fine, whatever. And he was like, will you be comfortable to pay the outstanding balance? And I was like, oh no, it's going to be really expensive. He was like, you also had room service, you had tuna sandwiches, so you're going to have to pay for that as well. And I was like, okay, give me the bill. It was like it's like £11. I was like, oh, thank fuck, it was wonderful. I love Laos. Super cheap. A beer is like 40p. Perfect. Yeah. Oh, they had me really nervous. I was sitting on a chair waiting for this bill to be handed to me. £11. Oh. I was like, oh no, I'll pay that, that's fine. He handed it to me like it was like, he handed it to me with the anxiety of it being like £200, you know. I was thinking like hotel minibar stuff. Is this like £40 that you're about to charge me for these crisps and stuff that I've had? It was £11. I was like, yeah, I'll have more. That's fine by me. Yeah, Laos was super cheap. Loved it. You get a whole pizza for like £2. Oh, you spend nothing there. It's amazing. And the country is beautiful as well. And Bali as well. Oh, super cheap there too. I was like, well, I should just go back. Oh, I wasn't on a budget at that point, Lopi. I was on a budget about halfway through. I was like, right, slow it down.
Get away from me.
Right here.
Yeah. How much was it to stay in Laos? Absolutely nothing. On my last night, I had one night next to the airport just to, you know, easy a trip home. And I dished out for like the best hotel there because I was like, I'm just gonna spend something gorgeous, really, really, really nice. And it was like £40, the most expensive place. I was like, yeah. It was huge. It's like huge room, huge bed. But normally, I think I had like 3 Airbnbs there, several nights in each, and I don't think any of them were more than like 30-40 quid for like several nights. Whereas in Australia, it's like minimum 400 quid a week, like minimum. And with the places I was staying, where I stayed in Sydney, I stayed an hour outside of Sydney, and it was like 400 quid for the week. So it was way cheaper. Laos was really good. Bali was really good as well.
Makes me violently angry.
See, I don't know what that is, and that's...
Gun, sir?
Laos is gorgeous. I am a Laos evangelist now. It was absolutely beautiful. Yeah, I was technically in Sydney. Sydney was good. The problem is that I am absolutely terrified of spiders. So I spent all of my time in Sydney feverishly checking the corners of the rooms, but I never saw a big one at all. I was assuming that I would probably see like a huntsman maybe. Never saw one. I saw an orb weaver, but they're like this big, so they're not much. Ah, right, have fun chefing it up. Yeah, no. Very expensive in England at the moment. It's pretty expensive. Where I stayed in Brazil, it was super cheap. Right in the middle of the city. It was like a month, it wasn't very much at all. It was really nice. Mexico was expensive, but it was Cancun, so it's like... Cancun is like, no offense, but Cancun is like the Florida of Mexico. Spiders are usually further out. Damn! I spent the whole time terrified. You going to Glasgow next year? Nice one, Irish. What's taking you to Glasgow? Yeah, I never saw a spider. I was expecting to, but nothing. Cairns was what I thought the Gold Coast would be. The Gold Coast was like dead-eyed. The Gold Coast is like the Skegness of Australia, which for those of you who don't know is an insult. But Cairns was what I thought the Gold Coast would be. And also my aunt owned property in the Sunshine Coast, and she was like, and I was like, oh, hey aunt, do you mind if I stay at your property in the Sunshine Coast for a bit? And she was like, yeah, but I'll have to charge you. And I was like, okay, well, you know, how much for your family would you charge for the Sunshine Coast? And she was like, oh, like £140 a night. And I was like, I'm not going to the Sunshine Coast anymore. I don't quite fancy it. But then it turned out that she hadn't been able to rent it to anybody at that price. So she ended up just selling it. And I was like, you couldn't have let me stay in it for a week before you literally sold it? Angela. Best review, yeah.
I mean, you can use that lift to get you and the gun to the surface. I do it all myself, but the mines play havoc with me sinuses.
The mines play havoc with my sinuses too, Irish. Alright, once we finish this mission, I will go and have some lunch, because I am super hungry. The mine shaft. I don't know. I found Sydney to be like London, right? Because the Gold Coast is like 3 main roads, you know? For me, Gold Coast... The thing is also, London's not on the coast as well. So, for me, London was more like Sydney in the sense where it's like big city, great transport, lots of stuff to do, very expensive, very built up, you know. But the Gold Coast, it's like, they have a tram, they have a bus that you have to have a card. Like this, you have to have like the Gold Coast Explorers card, and I was like, I'm not buying a bus pass just to be here, you know. It was, so it's pretty small, there's like a few things to do. Sorry, I was just absolutely pulling the pants down on that guy. Yeah, so I would probably equate it more to like Skegness or Blackpool or something where it's basically just like, I don't know, basically just like corny fairground. Oh, easy. Absolutely shagged him. What are you eating? I don't know. I have leftover meatballs, so I'll probably have those. I also have a pizza that needs to be eaten, so maybe that one. I'm not sure. What about you, Birch? What's for dinner? Yeah, the Gold Coast felt like a place that was, well, at one point probably very exciting, and now it felt like a Depression era town. Hey Spyful, how you doing? Just got back from helping my roommate. You have missed me clowning on these fools. Yeah, it was like Mablethorpe or Butlins. It was like a Butlins, okay. Everywhere else in Australia was gorgeous, but Gold Coast was like... It was like Blackpool Pleasure Beach in the worst way. Wow, I need to crouch a little bit. Chicken tikka flatbread. You are living it up. Are you still working in a catering, Birch? Are you still a chef? Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Finished the Alan Wake 2 DLC. How is it? I have not finished Alan Wake 1's DLC. There's a really, really difficult trophy for doing the DLC without dying once, and I always get killed by these books that look like little birds. All you've missed is me cooking fools, so, you know, nothing unusual. I feel like there might be a good way to be like Pleasure Beach. It's difficult. Did that even hit him? Oh, okay, looks like it did. Yeah, this man is dead. I lost my job, so back on the hunt. Hey, 20s. The economy is in shambles. So I've been applying to a ton of stuff lately, and it's like, I used to think that the worst thing was writing a cover letter to get like an automatic rejection email, but I have learned now that the worst thing is writing a cover letter and they haven't even set up the rejection emails. So you write a cover letter, it takes like 10-15 minutes, you know. You send the cover letter, you never hear from them again. Ever. It feels very cynical, because now I'm like, now I can't really be asked to write any cover letters at all, but I know that if I don't, I'm probably just not going to get a job. Oh, bastard. There we go. Oh, I don't think that even hit him. No. Yeah. But no, I'm glad that we're in similar boats. Because now it feels less lonely in mine. Right. I want to look over this shoulder, please. Thank you, Mr. Marston. Oh yeah, they never call back. I am really tired of getting calls from recruitment agencies because they always spend like ages on the phone with you, asking you like what your strengths are, what kind of work you want to go into, why you left your previous job, and then they're like, right, cool, we'll put you on our records and then we'll be in touch. And then they're never, ever, ever in touch. And it's like, the first time, fine. The second time, bit of a waste, but whatever. After a while, it's like the only kind of call that you get, and you just like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. In my line of work, there's enough soft skills that you can kind of coast off that, and every company's different, so you can at least get away with that. But, yeah, generally you're expected to keep on top of stuff. God of War has basically 3 enemies, while Bayonetta is showing you a new enemy in every new area. Yeah, I've not played Ragnarok. I've not played any God of War, actually. I've heard they're really good. But, yeah, I feel like in terms of the artistic direction, they tend to leave that for the scenery, like with all the big sweeping vistas and stuff. Bayonetta reminds me a lot of Devil May Cry, in terms of the enemies being just as much like a selling point. I think I've killed everybody on the way down, so I don't think I actually need to do much here. Yeah, no. What about Sheffin? Irish, he hasn't left.
I thought I'd be looking at your corpse being hauled up this lift. Load up and I'll engage the gears.
Ace. Because my audio goes through the PlayStation to the PC to my headphones. There's always like a half a second delay on most of the audio. And when Marston does this big corny like doom with the gun, it becomes very obvious.
Oh, There she is. What a beautiful weapon. God's own gun. Ain't that the truth? I got us a borrowed flatbed parked down here. Meet me at the bottom of the hill.
It's usually made the same. Respectable. Right. Can I run? What am I doing here? Yes. Alright, cool. Oh. Damn it. I thought it'd be really cool to shoot the gas lantern, but no such luck. Oh my god, he actually stuck around. Yes! The worst game with intros for enemies is fucking Monster Hunter World. I hate the fact that people can't join your game until that you've seen the introduction for the enemy. Andy? Probably. I think that's all the setup we need for Fort Mercer. Oh my god! We still got the trophy! Isn't that huge? Is that not huge? It's like 50 fucking miles until... Do I have... Where's my inventory? Oh my god, we do have a basic... Right, great. Cool, well, I am going to... Yes, Monster Hunter World is like, you need to watch this 40-second introduction of the Coral Pukey Pukey, or you're not playing. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, right. Yeah, we are done for today. We have done as much as we can, and I'm basically just going to go out into the wilderness and find a place to save. But thank you for coming. It was nice to meet a bunch more of you. I hope you enjoyed the stream. It was nice to see old faces again too. Streaming has become a lot harder since I moved in with my folks, but I'm trying my best. Thank you for being here. Have a lovely weekend, and I will see you in a few days. Bye!